Here's the Tower with Scott Ritcher.
Welcome to Here's the Tower. My guest on the program today is my longtime friend Curtis Mead. Curtis and I met around 1990, and he let me sleep on his floor when I moved to Los Angeles in 2003. We have countless stories of our adventures there and all over the country and across Europe playing music. But today, Curtis is going to tell us a story of something that happened when I wasn't there. And he's joining us today from Los Angeles. And you were at a party out there some years ago. When was this?
Ooh, I'm gonna go with 12 years ago.
08?
Yeah, let's call it 08.
And whose house was it, or are you at liberty to say?
I was at the singer-performer with an exclamation point's house.
Oh, Ashley? Is her name Ashley?
No, Alicia.
Alicia.
Yeah, Alicia. I was at Alicia's house. A common friend of ours invited me over there a few times to partake in gallons of tequila. And yeah, ping pong with like random UFC fighters. And so at her house, there's all sorts of, as you would imagine, things to do. Trampolines out in the back courtyard, and slushy margarita machines, self-serve.
As there tends to be at pop stars' houses.
Yes. There was no like monkeys or llamas or anything, but it was a very. Actually, this night was pretty low key. It was like 12 of us.
So you're saying it was not Neverland? But
it was not Neverland.
Somewhere between a normal person's house and Neverland.
It's in a place in LA, like it's a suburb of LA that it's nice. It's like bigger houses, a little McMansion-y out in that area. And so we were there playing ping pong, drinking Patron was the drink of choice, I believe, that night. And I was less than sober, walking around the house, just kind of exploring the house while the party was, in the back patio. I was walking around, and I was by myself.
Right.
I had found, like props, like there was like wigs, and I don't know, it's like for a photo booth or something.
Right.
And there was a pair of like 99-cent store Elvis glasses that probably should have had the sideburns on them, like glued to them, but these didn't, thankfully, have those. But
We're talking like 1970s Vegas sunglasses.
the big, gold, whatever. And I'm walking around with those, just like, I just kind of lost in the house, just being a weirdo looking around. And then the doorbell rang. And nobody's around inside the house, so I'm the only one there. So I meandered over to the door. I see through it's one of those windows. It's like like the side windows that are just vertical and just a slice, just enough to see that a limousine has pulled up. There's a limousine there. And it's a stretch limousine in the driveway. I don't even know if I should be answering the door. Me and my Elvis glasses opened the door to a couple that I couldn't quite place who they were, but it hit me just seconds after I said hello that it was Lisa Marie Presley while I'm wearing these Elvis glasses, and I didn't know if I should grab them off and so I think I just winged it and was like, hi. And she was like, hey. But it was like, I cannot believe I'm wearing these glasses and meeting Lisa Marie Presley right now. This is absurd. Just like...
I've heard this story before, and I've been trying to be quiet to give you space to tell it, but...
Yeah, but then, thankfully, that wasn't even the most embarrassing part of the evening, though.
Oh, here we go. Go on.
Alicia and her husband have a dedicated TV media room with like the full stack of media equipment in the corner, like rack media equipment and stuff. And karaoke was a popular thing to do there. And as I mentioned before, there was like a Ultimate Fighter guy that I'd been playing ping pong with, and I'm probably misquoting that it's Ultimate Fighter. It's one of the, I'm sure there's nuances there that I'm missing, but he was like armed into neck tattoo guy, really sweet guy, but
Cauliflower ears
for sure. And there's like 10 or 12 of us in this room. Lisa Marie, the guy she's with, Alicia, her husband. So everyone has to look through this book. There's only like 3 books to look through, so there's like 12 of us, so everyone's sharing one. So I'm sharing one with my friend, who's the wrestler guy, and I'm looking through, and of course I only ever do Cheap Trick Surrender. So I'm just looking for Surrender. Yeah, I just go looking through for Surrender, and I find it, and all you do, and then all Alicia wants is the number from the song.
Yeah.
Like, not the song title. She just puts it in as a number. And the guy that I'm sharing the book with flips through and he finds an Elvis song. God. And he starts writing it down, and I'm like,
Does he know?
I don't think he knew. Because like she's not that recognizable.
Yeah.
I mean, when there's not like a bunch of hubbub around her, it's like she's just another person in the room. And I like looked at him and I was like, and someone else is singing, like really, it's all loud in there, and I'm like, should I say something? Or like, is he doing this to be funny? But it was like it wasn't an Elvis song that's like, hey, let's party. That's something like, it was like a quiet, kind of an intimate Elvis song.
like Love Me Tender or something.
Yeah, like Love Me. And I'm sitting there and I'm like watching him. I'm like, oh God. And he hands me the number, and I have my number, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna turn in this number to Alicia. And I turn and I hand it to them, and then I'm just sitting there waiting.
Yeah.
Just like waiting. And then his came up first. She puts the number in, and I just look around, and you have that moment of like, oh, what's gonna come up on the screen?
Right. What's next?
Pops up on the screen. It's got, made famous by Elvis Presley. Or whatever. And everyone, I just like back up and I watch everyone, and he's just like ready to sing, and everyone's just heads turned towards her, and then she's like, oh, and then butchers it. Just proceeds to like, it's like, to boot, not even ironically bad, like, just like, oh, this poor guy, but he could kill me in a heartbeat.
Right.
But like, oh my God. It was, and everyone just kind of like was like, and then you're like, oh, there's like 4 more minutes of the song to go. Oh man. So I was like, oh cool, now I'm not the most embarrassed one here.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah. I really got out of that.
Thank God there was a UFC fighter to make an ass of himself.
Well, who's going to make fun of him?
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
to your credit, you opened a door without knowing who was behind it. But he had some time in the room before he picked the song. Figure it out.
Yeah. And it wasn't like, oh, there's 60 people here. It's no big deal. It's like, no, this was like 10 to 12 people in a room together. So I don't even know if he cared one bit, but I thought it was hilarious.
Oh, what a story. What a story.
Here's the Tower comes from the generous support of listeners like you. Thank you.
Oh, shit.